As Kevin was talking about, correspondence dinner shooting, has been charged with attempting to assassinate the president, among other charges. We'll hear more on this on Thursday. A 31-year-old made his first appearance in a federal court in the last, 15 minutes or so. We'll stay across this breaking news stories. We heard, of course, Kevin Liptak there, the White House mentioned King Charles's visit, official state visit to Washington, is going ahead despite that shooting. And we are expecting him to arrive some point this hour for what could be, let's just say it, his toughest mission yet. The King and Queen Camilla will look to strengthen the US and UK special relationship that's been strained over the war with Iran. President Trump's White House is rolling out the red carpet. He and First Lady Melania will welcome the royals this afternoon with a private tea. Tomorrow, King Charles will become only the second British monarch to ever address a joint meeting of Congress, followed by a lavish state dinner. Let's go to Washington. We're joined now by royal correspondent Max Foster. Max, great to see you. Don't you look so dapper out there? Give us a sense of what we are expecting, of course, as we're expecting to see the King and Queen some point in this hour. Lay out what we expect to see, at least for today.
Yeah, so he is on time, I understand it, on the flight, and has been looking over his speech to Congress tomorrow, which is the big highlight probably of the whole trip. And I think we can expect him to have made some adjustments because of what happened on Saturday night to the speech. So he'll be addressing that in the big speech. There have been some tweaks to the programme because of security after that event. They spent much of yesterday effectively putting the whole trip on hold whilst they worked through all the security arrangements, but they managed to do that. And we should expect to see the King and Queen arrive quite soon. Then they'll head to the White House for an informal welcome by the President and First Lady. The big ceremonial welcome will actually be tomorrow. After the White House today, though, they'll head here to the UK ambassador's rather glorious residence in Washington, D.C. And there'll be a garden party. Guests already here. It feels like Isa, a mini Buckingham Palace garden party here at the moment. But I think that was the idea, to show a little bit of mini Britain during this trip to many of the American guests, actually.
Lots of little finger sandwiches, no doubt, Max, as we're expecting it, and scones, of course. Let me ask you, though, about the meaning of this trip, because as you and I have discussed when you're here with me in London, is that this will probably, or maybe, a delicate mission, right, for the King, and it comes at a politically charged moment. We've seen this president verbally attacking not just Prime Minister Starmer, but also, you know, the UK at various moments and making offensive remarks, all because, of course, the UK's position vis-à-vis Iran. How will the King go round this? How does he engage? Speak as a royal correspondent. Does he engage in moments like this politically?
Not at all. I think he's got to be above politics. If he gets involved in politics, that would be undermining his constitutional role. How do they manage that from the tour perspective? Well, when you see the King arriving at the White House, you will see him meeting the president, but it will be a still photo. We won't have a reporter in the room, we won't have any video, and there are multiple meetings, interestingly, between the King and President during this trip, so there'll be lots of time to talk. I think the King will be addressing those issues in private. We're not going to have any of them on camera, though, and we're not going to have any reporters throwing questions, deliberately designed not to embarrass the King or, you know, get him drawn in. I mean, even a slight, as you know, Isa, a slight expression on his face when President Trump says something about Starmer could be a massive problem when you consider how the British tabloids operate. So they've managed the trip away from that. So I think there is nervousness that something might come loose and he could face a moment where Starmer's mentioned. But I think they've done their best job to avoid that on the palace and British side, and the White House appears to be playing ball on it, because we can't think of another occasion where a head of state has visited the Oval Office and there hasn't been a reporter or a video camera in the room too.
Max Foster there for us in Washington. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. And still to come tonight, with talks at a stalemate, Iran issues its list of red lines for the US. Next, what's included in Tehran's proposal. Nick Robertson has that for us.